All right, thanks for stopping back by again to those of you who are here. It's been about a week now being on the 50,000 IU dose of D3, and I've been supplementing that not on the same days that I take the 50,000 IU dose, but on the other days. I'm still trying to get in a couple thousand IU of D3, and I've also added K2M7. I hear they complement each other pretty well, so trying to take both of those. Regrettably, I haven't really noticed really any change in anything as of yet. Now, I say regrettably, but I've had several people comment on the last update and tell me that, this is probably going to be something that takes very likely a couple months for me to start noticing positive effects. So, if that is indeed part of my problem, then I'm probably not going to start, feeling much of anything from it for a few months. That's kind of unfortunate, but we ultimately know what led to having such a deficiency in vitamin D. But at the end of the day, I have an overall decently balanced diet with the type of food that I eat, so I would have thought that I would have been okay. But from what I've seen in the everyday foods that I normally pick up, even some of the like healthier choices, there's no vitamin D in it whatsoever. And if there is, it's such a small amount that there's no way that our levels can be naturally high enough just consuming those foods, unless you're eating like tons of fish. So that's pretty interesting. I think it kind of shows how you almost have to supplement these days, but because our food is just so lacking of nutrients that you really don't have much of a choice. Now, I get it. Some people have very strong genetics and they can eat crap. They can put crap in their body nonstop and it really doesn't affect them. I mean, my genes are definitely not terrible. I have a grandfather on my mother's side that's 97 and he's exceptionally healthy both in body and in mind compared to a lot of people that I see around in their 60s, 70s, 80s. So I definitely don't have terrible genes, but at the end of the day, something has contributed to this deficiency, and I hope and I pray that it's the reason for a lot of the things that I have going on, but I won't know for sure until my levels start to climb back up and things stabilize out for a while. If anybody's heard of RFK Jr. talk, Make America Healthy Again is definitely a big movement, because let's face it, a lot of our Western medicine and definitely our foods is chemical crap and sugar, and that's about it. There's no nutrients whatsoever. So I've really opened my eyes to trying to stabilize and even out some of the choices that I make when I eat. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be on a diet or making the best choices ever, but I try to watch and I try to limit the amount of fake stuff, the amount of sugars and things like that I eat. And at least if I am doing it, I'm conscious about it. If I have a soda, I say, okay, well, let's only do one of those today. Where in my past life, teenage years and whatnot, I didn't care. I just ate whatever I wanted. So hopefully that'll start to get better and even out, and I'll start feeling a little bit better and having the insomnia, the body aches, the severe tiredness, lack of energy. A lot of that stuff will hopefully go away. But anyway, I'm sitting here at the hospital waiting to go in. I have a CT scan to do today again. And it's just one of those things where they're, I guess, looking for the mass to regrow. They're hoping that it doesn't and wanting to make sure that everything goes as normal, I guess. They put the contrast dye through an IV in me, and so they check it out pretty good. But I've noticed that I've been having some stomach problems, at least the past couple days, that is very oddly similar to before I knew I had the tumor. There was maybe a week or so periods. I think the longest one that ever happened was maybe 2 to 3 weeks long. It's kind of like having a stomach bug where no matter what you eat, you just feel kind of nauseated and just feel like crap and might use the bathroom excessively. That's been going on for at least about a week now, and I know I'm not like sick, like having a bug or anything like that. It's just, it's weird. It's like I'll eat normal and it's fine. Sometimes just the thought of eating makes me kind of feel nauseated and sick. But where I used to be extremely regular with going to the bathroom, now it's not as much. Uh, I might go a day or two without doing it, and then when I finally do start to do it, it's like making up for those couple days that I missed. And it just seems really weird because it's happened a couple times before I found out that I had the tumor, like in the, I'd say, year and a half leading up to it. And I really think that those were signs that my body was telling me, hey, something's wrong. And I've been feeling like that for about a week now. So, I mean, I hope nothing comes up on the CT scan, but at the same time, it's like, if something does start to happen, I really hope that they catch it early to where we can do something about it that's not nearly as invasive. At the end of the day, I just really hope and pray that they never have to go back inside the whole thoracic space here. I really hope they never have to go back inside. But there is cause for concern because, they left a patch of tumor on my heart, and I got pretty much the whole sac that surrounds your heart and your lungs was reconstructed with mesh. And if you've seen any commercials on TV, you know that these synthetic meshes that the surgeons and hospitals use to reconstruct after surgeries, they can be problematic. They can cause all kinds of complications. So I really hope that I can avoid that. My surgeon, I have no reason to distrust the guy. A lot of what he tells me is kind of like, well, I'm the surgeon and I can give you what I think, but really it's in God's hands and it's up to him. That's a great answer. It really is, because it's true. But at the same time, it's like, as the person that's going through this, obviously you want to know. And that's something that I really do struggle a lot with, because it's, you kind of feel helpless, It's like I'm not what I should be, and it feels like there's not a damn thing you can do about it to make it better. And it's not a fun place to be in, because it feels very isolated. Like nobody understands, nobody really knows what to say or what to do or how to help. And how could they? I mean, really, how could they? Even the surgeon, he does open heart surgeries on lungs. He does, everything in the thoracic space. He does it like almost every day. While he's had some very complicated cases, he does tell me every time I ask him, and I ask him almost every time that I see him, I said, well, have you had one that's been as much of a challenge as I have yet? And he kind of chuckles and he says, no, not yet. As of right now, I'm kind of, I might not be the top of his list, but I'm at the top of his list as far as complicated, invasive surgeries. So he doesn't really have a lot of, he can't really tell me the outcome that I should expect, because there's really no cases like me. This isn't the run-of-the-mill stuff. Every doctor that I've been involved with, they're kind of like, wow, you've broken the mold on this. We've never seen this before. We've never had to deal with this before. So it's a pretty isolated, kind of lonely feeling to be in this position. And I've gotten this far by handing my trust over to God, and I have. I try to take comfort in that, but at the same time, it's like the most maddening thing in the world, because you don't get answers. You just try to make it through day to day. And if that's what it takes to keep going, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. But it's definitely frustrating, human nature. We kind of want to know what's going to happen, and we don't. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give an update about, so far, vitamin D. No noticeable improvement as of yet. Apparently I've got to wait a couple months. And we won't find out about the CT scan until probably next week when I get to speak with my surgeon again. It's something that could get better with time, or it's something that you're kind of stuck with. So I hope it's not the latter of the two, because that would be rather depressing, because quality of life is just it's not what I need it to be. Off to get a CT scan now. I hope everybody has a great day and a great week. And thank you for stopping by again. I'll see you next time.